Yeah, you guys, this is Bobby Bass from Bobby Bass Universe. In this video, I want to show you bass accessories that are really important. Stay tuned. So you guys, let's talk about bass accessories. The things we have got in our gear bag, in our gear case, and that we should carry around to every gig and even to every rehearsal. So I'd like to start with the most important, to me, the most important thing, and this is a padded strap, you know? A padded strap means it's not just leather and it's thin. No, it's with these nice pads inside that are really soft to touch, and these things, these belts, these straps make it easy to play an even heavier bass for a longer period of time. Speaking about straps, look at my security locks. Well, as a bass player, you should always have some security locks on your strap. If you pose on stage, if you act and if you run around and everything, it is very important that your strap still is on your bass. So, and if you lose your bass, it will drop, of course. So I highly recommend to use these security locks on every strap you use. The next thing I recommend to carry around to every gig is, of course, a tuner. So you might say, well, I have got a tuner on my phone. I recommend this TC Electronic, for example. It's the Polytuner. It's the Polytune, sorry. And what is the difference between this kind of tuner and other cheaper tuners? Well, it's the ability to tune semitones. And that means that every time you want to play not the open E, but a sharp D instead, you can use your tuner and it will also show the sharp notes. You know what I mean, the semitones. And this makes it easier if you're on stage. Okay, the next accessory you should have in your gear case and you should use on stage and on every rehearsal is inside this little box. Talking about earplugs. Well, as you can see these are the cheap ones. And maybe you say, oh no, if you use these cheap earplugs, you won't have the perfect sound you are looking for and you won't hear the heights you need to get a cool sound. And you are right, of course. But every time I use them for a longer period of time, my ear gets used to these earplugs. Yeah, the advantage of using cheap ones is if they got lost, you don't have to pay that much money. Yeah, you guys, and the last thing I want to talk about today, the last accessory is a flashlight. You know the problem. If you are on stage and you are playing a festival or anything and you have to plug in your cables or anything, it's completely dark on stage and you are in a hurry. So you very often need a flashlight. So you might say, well, I got a flashlight on my phone, and you are right. But you need easy access to your flashlight. Otherwise, it takes too long. We all know the problem that phones run out of battery very soon. So sometimes when you need a flashlight, your phone is out of battery. Then it's time for your flashlight. You might say, well, maybe these batteries are also empty. But in this case, I highly recommend such a flashlight that can be charged by doing this. Flashlight without batteries that can't go down because you run your battery with your own power. So I love my tiny little flashlight and it's trusty, so it never let me down. If you want to see more things I have in my gear case, I will link up my video here. I want to know what are the accessories you need most. Please write it down in the comments and let me know. And if you want to see more of those videos, I highly recommend to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. And always remember, bass playing is hard working.